Greetings guys, AnGelo with you. Welcome to my channel and my page. And of course, we are doing our daily tarot reading, or in other words to say, we're doing our daily tarot guidance. So for this case, of course, as usual, as you know, those who follow my page, those who follow my YouTube channel, I'm going to be using several decks in order to be able to give the most accurate insight to your situation. Though let's not forget that this is going to be a collective reading, and which means that you can take whatever is relevant or associates with your situation and leave the rest. And with the information that is relevant to you, you can analyze and tune in with your intuition. And at this point, you can already understand your guidance and understand which way to go. So if you're ready, let's go. So for this case, of course, I'm using my Higher Spirits deck, which is this one, full of the questions that I put over here on an intuitive level. I was putting all those questions into 36 cards, and what I usually do is that I just try to close my eyes and tune in with my higher self, trying to ask what the universe wants us to know, what the universe wants us to be aware of. The next card is going to be my favorite vintage tarot deck that is going to be able to give us the answers and the insight into the situation that we're dealing with, depending on the question that we're going to have from the Higher Spirit deck. And of course, for clarification and specification of the answers, sometimes I also use my favorite Lenormand deck at this point. I'm going to also use this deck today in my brief reading to be able to understand the details of the guidance that the higher spirits want us to know. And of course, last, we're going to be using the angel number deck, which is going to be able to tell us actually and advise what to do with the situation in general. So if you're ready, then let's go. So let's see what the higher spirits want us to know today. Okay, the card fell. Okay, is the person that I'm interested in and emotionally available? Basically, of course, we're talking about the interpersonal relationship here, whether it's a relationship, whether it is a connection between friends, connection between two people, not necessarily only love relationship, but like in general relationship, interpersonal relationship between people. And the question from the higher deck is like, if this person is emotionally available in terms of that, can you really trust this person, and can this person really be the part of your life, and can there be some sort of potential future for both of you or between you and this person? So as I promised, now we're going to be using our tarot deck. Let's go. I want you to close your eyes and think about that person that you're interested in. You can pause the video if you want to. Now I'm going to pick up the cards. So the first card will be the thoughts of the person about you. The second card will tell us about their feelings and emotional state about you. And the third card will tell us about the most likely outcome, or his intentions or her intentions towards you. So when it comes to the first card that I picked up, and considering that the representation of this card is their thoughts about you, the thoughts about this person that you're wondering whether they're emotionally available or not, the Chariot says that actually the person's kind of emotionally available, and they might actually want to move forward with this kind of connection, with this kind of relationship with you. Well, even though this card says that they might be interested in kind of making the next step or taking this relationship or this connection with you onto the next level and just move forward with that. However, let's not forget, when it comes to their emotional state, it seems like they are kind of not quite emotionally open. In terms of that, they might be interested in you, but with this card, it can tell us that the person might have gone through some sort of hard periods, might have gone through some sort of difficult moments maybe in their recent past, and they may be a little bit scared or a little bit petrified of opening up emotionally, because whatever the situation was before you, or maybe even if it was between you and the same person and you just fell apart, you separated for a while, and you're wondering if this person is still emotionally available and if they're going to come back into your life. This card is also telling us that they are kind of trying to hide away in their cave. They're kind of trying to be really careful and meanwhile keep the distance between you and them because of whatever the situation they had to face with before you or even with you previously. The next and the last card is about the intentions of the person, and this card actually pretty much confirms their emotional state. And it says, as you can see, the person's being very self-defensive. The person's kind of just built up this little fortress around them, and they're scared that something's going to happen and they're going to get hurt again, or they're going to be misunderstood again, or they will just have to go through this unpleasant moments again. So even though in the thoughts they do seem to be thinking a lot about you, they do seem to be thinking that you might be an interesting person, that they would like to proceed with it, but at the same time, when it comes to their emotional and intention wise, the person might be going through some sort of mental struggles or inner struggles, so they are not quite sure how to handle this. Now let's see what the Lenormand card is going to be telling us at this point. So I want you once again to pause the video if needed and just think about this person, and let's see the specification and the clarity that comes from the Lenormand deck. So the first card, the Star. The second card, the Clouds. The third card, the Ship. So pretty much actually the Lenormand deck, even though it's a different type of a deck, but it works with the same principles as the tarot card does, with archetypes of the symbolism, which is deeply connected to our subconscious mind and can help us actually to understand the other side a lot more better, a lot more in details. So let's start with the first card, and again I'm going to be showing the tarot deck, which the tarot card over here, which is the Chariot. Yes, in their thoughts they think that there is a possibility for them to actually move forward towards you and trying to just make the step forward or make this kind of relationship, taking it on the next level, and there is a hope for that. As you can see, the Star card in the Lenormand deck has almost similar meanings, just like in the tarot deck, saying is that actually there is a hope. This person is thinking about you and they hope that it will be. Like they are not really kind of close from this idea. The next card though, as you know, with their emotional state, you know, they might be kind of hiding in their cave, and it might be hard for them emotionally to open up to you, even though they seem to be emotionally available, but they might be some sort of struggles for them to emotionally open up to you because of the previous experiences they had to go through. And of course, the Clouds clearly tells us about the mental struggles that they might be going through, and the uncertainty that causes them inner fear about opening their emotions, opening their feelings towards you, opening their like their real selves towards you, I would say. The next and the last card over here, of course, is, as I said to you, their intentions or their subconscious mind, which says that they're being very self-defensive. Because of that, they may look kind of distant and they may look kind of cold and scared of making the first step, even though they were thinking about it. They would want, like, there's kind of an interest in them as well. But intention-wise, again, obviously they had some sort of negative experience before you or previously, and because of that they're being very self-defensive and they're still being scared, and they're scared of stress, they're scared of like being again emotionally or mentally overwhelmed. And here the card is the Ship. Well, the Ship actually is a good representation in this card, which says that regardless they might be scared, regardless they might be kind of a little bit introverted because of the situation and experience that they had in their life, seems like they wouldn't still mind to move in that direction. They wouldn't still mind to go for the changes, specifically considering that the first card of their thoughts was the Star, which is they're hopeful. So obviously we're talking about somebody here who had to go through a lot of mental struggles, who had to go through a lot of life struggles before you, or maybe even with you previously. And now, even though the person is thinking about you, they're afraid that even if they get back together with you, they might be ending up in the same cycle, they might be ending up in the same place, which is, you know, pretty much a normal human reaction when we get to kind of faced with traumatizing situations and traumatizing experiences. But what I would suggest you to do at this point is take some time with this person and be patient. At the same time, do not just hide away your feelings or your intentions toward them. If your intentions are really pure, if your intentions are really good, if you're really interested in this person if you're really interested in building some sort of bond with this person, then I would highly recommend you actually to proceed that, but slowly and patiently, like without any rush. This person needs to see that they can trust you. This person needs to see that they can open up to you. This person needs to see that they can actually be safe around you, regardless of their sex and regardless of their orientation, you know, whoever, even regardless of the status of the relationship, whether it's a friend, whether it's a close person to you, whether it's your lover, whether it's a person that you're having a crush, or your ex who you think you would like to get back together with you. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to actually ask the angel cards about the advice. So let's close your eyes. What is the advice that we got to know? 8282. So this is going to be your number, your lucky number, 8282. Remember this. And what this card is basically saying: mindfulness, lifestyle, well-being, exercise, mindfulness. Build a positive and healthy lifestyle by taking care of your physical and mental well-being, which is actually pretty much relevant to their mental state. As I told you, they might be going through a lot of mental struggles right now. So it's important to take a very kind of a slow but also healing approach towards the situation. Exercise regularly, eat nutritious food, and practice mindfulness to reduce stress and enhance your overall quality of life. Isn't it interesting and fascinating how all the cards, when we're actually concentrating, putting our concentration together, does say the same thing to us, actually. All the cards indicating that the person might have been going through the hard mental struggles, and because of them, why probably they were at some point depressed before you with their previous experiences, even though they seem to be interested in you, but they're still scared that they might end up in the same cycle. So, of course, it is more likely relevant to their situation that they should be, of course, taking more care of themselves and their mental state. But at the same time, it's a great kind of a indication and sign for you that you can be a great example for them by actually showing them this care, taking care and showing the care about their mental state. So proceeding slowly, but in the right and patient way. Well, guys, I hope that actually this Mino reading was helpful for you. If you like this reading and if it was relevant to your situation, please feel free to press the like button and comment below. Also, feel free to check out my Linktree if you're interested in booking personal session with me. Of course, during personal session, I mean, like, we're gonna go much deeper into the situation, no matter, regardless of any situation that you're facing within life right now. And I will be doing my best to give you the most accurate and the most insightful guidance into your situation. And also, you know that I'm a spiritual life coach. If needed, if we can see that within the situation there are some sort of obstacles, blockages, or conflict in situations, then we can also use life coaching techniques to be able to help you to solve the situation. Have a blessed day and see you soon.